Crohn's colitis lifestyle. It's not just health, it's living the life we want. What's going on, everybody? Dane Johnson here with Crohn's colitis lifestyle, and today I want to talk to you about probiotics. Specifically, what probiotics are, how they are beneficial for us dealing with Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, or any kind of form of IBD, IBS, and what are the top 5 standards we're looking for when we're buying a probiotic supplement. So first off, what is a probiotic? Simply, it is beneficial living bacteria, all right? So within the body, we have 3 pounds of living bacteria in us at all times. Our body needs this to be strong and fight infections and break down foods. Without it, we would die, so we need this bacteria. We all have it. It's just distinguishing whether we have enough good bacteria versus bad bacteria, which is the whole point of taking a probiotic supplement, to increase the amount of bacteria our body can synchronize with and use and make us stronger. So an example of a bad bacteria can be something like fungus, yeast, parasites, mold, something like H. pylori or salmonella, right? So we want to stay away from these things, and good bacteria will help fight off these bad bacteria. They're natural antibiotics, okay? They create a lactic acid that helps fight off those bad bacteria. So all of that bacteria together creates our microbiome, right? So we want to increase the good bacteria, fight off the bad bacteria, and strengthen our entire microbiome. And what I'm so excited about with probiotics, and why I think it's so important for anyone with gut health issues, is you're going to see a decrease in symptoms in the short term, and you're also hitting the root cause problem with this. In the long run, you're changing your entire gut integrity, which means your chances of getting off drugs and not getting flares and not having to live on very, very strict diets goes up dramatically when you properly use probiotic supplements and decrease the amount of candida. So what are the benefits we see specifically? We see an increase in digestion, right? The ability to absorb nutrients and calories. So if you're anemic or you're losing weight, you're going to see a help there. If you're getting a lot of urgency, if you're getting a lot of constipation, a lot of bloating, you're going to see help there. If you are getting something called leaky gut, which pretty much 99% of us are with any form of IBD, you're going to see an increase in the integrity of the mucosal lining. So in the short run, you get a reduction in symptoms and you start hitting the root cause in the long run. Very, very, very valuable. So what are the top 5 things we're looking for when we buy a probiotic supplement? 1, we're looking for something that's properly refrigerated. So when it's manufactured, when it's shipped to somewhere like Whole Foods, or it's being shipped to your house, or it's being at your house, it's absolutely, absolutely imperative that this is constantly refrigerated at all times and it's never sitting out. Probiotics will die, bacteria will die very quickly if left at room temperature or hotter. So imagine taking yogurt, putting out and letting it just sit around for a day. What would happen? It would start to die off. So proper refrigeration is vital. Second, we're looking for a company that follows the CGMP guidelines, which is the current goods manufacturing practices. This states with probiotics that probiotics are best kept in in a dark bottle made of glass. Why? Because probiotics are susceptible to light and moisture. So if it's a plastic bottle, if it's transparent, you can see through it, you want to stay away from this. Look for a glass bottle that's dark natured. Thirdly is probiotics are not symbiotic, and I'm not sure why a lot of companies are doing this. I'm guessing it's to save $1, but if you're seeing one that you take one capsule and there's 7 or 8 different types of strains in there, that's usually a problem. Probiotics don't store and stay nicely and grow nicely together. They will suppress each other. They will fight for space. They can even kill each other off. Probiotics need to be separated from each other until you take them. Once you take them, you can put them together and then take them. So a big problem in a lot of the companies I'm seeing is they're taking 7, 8 different strains and they're putting them all in one capsule and then just saying, here you go. And that's a problem. I mean, imagine putting a lion, a zebra, and a mouse and a rabbit and a snake in a cart and shipping them to South Africa. What would happen when you open that? I don't think it'd be too pretty, right? And that's exactly how it is with probiotics. They're living bacteria, okay? They will fight for space. They will suppress each other. So probiotics are not symbiotic is the third thing you're looking for. Fourthly is proper labeling. So when you're looking at the labeling of probiotic, first off, if you see that there's 7 or 8 in there, that's strike 1, right? But 2, if it's saying there's something like 30 billion CFUs, for example, CFU is a colony-forming unit. It's a unit of measurement for bacteria. If you're seeing there's 30 billion CFUs and they're not telling you how many CFUs are in each specific strain, meaning this strain has 3 billion, this strain has 4 billion, this strain has 7 billion. That's usually a telltale sign that there's a lot, that 99% of those 30 billion CFUs are not really potent or valuable or of the higher quality bacteria. And maybe that high quality bacteria that they're labeling is very, very minimal. It's a great way to save money, and it's very hard to keep good super strains bioavailable. So make sure they're giving independently how many CFUs are in each one. Secondly, is you want a product that's giving you a potency guarantee, right? That they're saying, hey, this product is living, it's going to come to you, it's going to be living if it's properly stored, and preferably an expiration date. So what's the point of taking 30 billion CFUs of dead bacteria? They need to be living for you to actually be able to use them. Thirdly is, I'm a big fan of a company that's making their own probiotics themselves. They're not outsourcing to another company. Now, a lot of probiotics out there are outsourcing the actually manufacturing of that good beneficial bacteria, and that big company is making bacteria for 30, 40, 50 different brands. So you might be a different brand and might be advertising to you differently, but at the end of the day, you're getting the same product with the same problems made at that medium level quality. So what I love about this company is they make their own probiotics, and I live in the United States. They manufacture in the United States. Very transparent for me. So fifthly is look for a company that does not have a prebiotic in it, all right? Now, a prebiotic is basically a fertilizer to a bacteria, right? Like probiotics, for example. So the whole idea is they help the probiotics flourish and grow. The only problem is that if you have a bad microbiome, right, the makeup of bacteria in your body, where you have dysbiosis, too much bad bacteria and not enough good bacteria, these prebiotics can exacerbate the problem of bad bacteria in your body. So they're also linked to more bloating, more pain, more urgency. So if you're seeing something like FOS or inulin in your product, I'd stay clear of that. And you also might want to check these protein shakes or anything else in your house and see if they have those, because those can, again, exacerbate the problem and cause more urgency, pain, symptoms, things like that. So again, 5 things you're looking for. Proper refrigeration, someone who's following the CGMP guidelines, probiotics that are isolated, they're not symbiotic, not all in one capsule. Fourthly is proper labeling, and fifthly, it does not have prebiotics. So I use Natron's Probiotics. That's the one that follows all the standards and more that I like to look for. There's other companies out there that are pretty good that are not following all those standards. Maybe it's VSL or BioK or Claire Labs, and I've used all this before, and they're good probiotics. This is the one I like, and the one specifically that's given me the best results. Some of my personal results with this is I saw an increase in digestion. I saw less food sensitivity. I saw less pain and urgency. I basically didn't have to worry so much about having Crohn's disease. And, you know, a few years ago, I was 120 pounds, nearly dead, and I couldn't even walk or eat anything at all. So it's been a complete 180, and I've been able to stay off any kind of drugs and travel the world and live the life I want to. And I attribute a lot of that success to this being a staple part of my entire program. So I wanted to share that with you guys because I think it's absolutely vital. If you want to see specifically how I use these probiotics, the next video, part 2, I'll go over exactly how and what are some measures you're taking. If you're exasperated and you're ready to order these and you're like, oh, I love these, I need these right now, one, work with a health practitioner with probiotics. It's not as simple as one just take and go, okay? There are some things you want to look for, so work with a health practitioner. 2, watch out for third-party vendors when you're buying Natron's probiotics. So I have a specific, I called up Natron's, told them how much I love them. They offered a 20% discount to the Crohn's Colitis community, which you can see below. It's already in the link. It's already good to go from retail price. But a lot of companies don't have that agreement with Natron's. They're just selling them how they want to sell them. They're shipping them how they want to ship. And again, that's not helping with all those standards we're looking for. We want this to be very transparent because this can change our lives. So if you have any questions, comments, put them below. Please subscribe. Please like. Thank you so much. In good health. Thanks, guys.